Hey guys, this is Rick Utzer here with AirgunWeb. Today we're going to take a look at the new Gamo TC45. This rifle is all about big game hunting. This is going to be a good one. All right, so let's do a little disclosure here. I am very partial to this gun, okay? Let me tell you why. I worked really hard to see this gun get into the US market. So am I gonna be super objective? Well, I'm gonna try to be, but I'm not gonna give you any guarantees either because I absolutely love this rifle. This thing, let me just go through some of the cool features. First of all, it's really pretty light. I really like the fact that it's not super heavy. We've got a carbon fiber bottle. This is a 480cc bottle. It holds up to 250 bar. Gives you more shots, gives you great power. It's got a nice long, very thick barrel. And you say, oh, do we want a thick barrel? Yeah, you do want a thick barrel because when you're shooting these big, heavy cast bullets, you want to make sure that that barrel doesn't have too much harmonics to it. You want it good and rigid, and you need a good thick barrel for that, and this has that going on. At the end, we have the integrated moderator. When you put all this together, what you've got is a very, very capable hunting air gun. Now, when I first started working with big bore rifles, I was treating them a lot like small bore. Now, the problem with that is these don't shoot like small bore rifles. If you want to get the most out of this, you got to learn how to shoot big bore air guns. And there are some things you need to know to have some success with that. First off, these things, specifically when you get into that 45 cal range, these are not designed to shoot 10-shot groups. These are designed for that first shot to be the one that matters. It's designed to hit a kill zone, and it's designed to drop the animal. That's what this gun does. I've got 3 different types of ammo here. I found that all of these do pretty well in this gun. When you need to have the most power, you're gonna run this 350 grain cast. This guy is just straight out devastating. 406 or so foot-pounds, over 730, right around 730 feet per second with this thing. It's just absolutely devastating. I've used this on game. It works very, very well. Now we have some lighter options. This is a 176 grain cast. This guy is still pushing 330-ish foot-pounds. That is awesome. The beauty of this is that you really get a lot more velocity, which that gives you a little bit more range. Not that these aren't accurate at long range, but because the pellet is moving so slowly, the animal has time to jump the shot. So if you're gonna go beyond 50 yards, you need to go with a lighter projectile, get that velocity up around 900 feet per second, and that's where these lighter ones really come into play, and they still give you some really good accuracy. Because you're pushing so much air to push these big old pellets downrange, each shot is gonna vary one from the next. And that's why shooting big bore is vastly different than small bore. See, with small bore, you're gonna have a little bit of a curve, unless the gun's regulated. But if you have a curve, there's a place in there that things are pretty even. With these big bore guns, each shot is gonna be a little bit less than the next shot. And as you get near the end of your reservoir, it really starts to drop. What that means is you're gonna wanna zero your gun for that first shot. And then you're gonna wanna practice, because as you get into shot 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6, you're gonna have to actually adjust using your mil dots to make sure that you stay on target if you need to take those shots. But the whole point of this is that first shot is gonna be the shot that matters, and that's gonna be the one that drops your game. We've done some accuracy testing out here at the desert. And I've just got these 3 options, but there are a lot more in the 4.57 bullet category that you can try in this gun. And depending on the range, how far you need to shoot, how accurate you need to be, a lot of them work just fine in this. I really like for this gun, these 176s, these 166s, and when you need the most power, these 350s. With the 176s, I'm able to keep a very respectable group at 50 yards pretty much every time I pull the trigger. And I'm gonna get about 10 shots. At about shot 6, 7 maybe or so, I'm gonna start to raise my point of impact a little bit with my scope, use my mil dots to keep hitting that same area. These, I think, are gonna give you that good middle ground, give you more shots than the 350s, give you good power, and give you good consistent accuracy without having to do a bunch of mil-dot gymnastics in your scope. When we're talking about pure consistency, we've got a gong set up, and I can just hit this every single time, one after the other, after the other, after the other, and all the shots are landing pretty close together. That's what you're getting out of a gun like this. Lots of power, good consistency, and really good hunting accuracy. So let's recap a few things here with the TC45. I love the weight. I love the form factor. I like the way it shoulders. I like all of those things about this gun. The loading of this is very similar to a lot of single shot breech loading guns. Plenty of room here to get in and out. It's got a convenient safety. The trigger's pretty decent. It's probably pulling at around 3 to 4 pounds depending on how it came from the factory. It's got the built-in moderator, again, something that I think makes this infinitely shootable. Is it backyard friendly? Absolutely not. You know, when you're going out to the range or you're out here in the desert, I don't have to wear ear protection, and that's thanks to that moderator. It really does a good job. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for this review. The Gamo TC45 is gonna give you 400 plus foot-pounds with the 350 grain slugs and over 300 foot-pounds with these lighter projectiles. It'll give you great 50-yard accuracy, and in the right conditions, and the wind's starting to pick up today, but in the right conditions, you can even stretch this out to 100 yards. And if you've got stationary targets, you can be very consistent with that as well. When it comes to hunting, I really would recommend you keep your shots within 50 yards because that's gonna maximize your power, your accuracy, and it's not gonna give the game as much of a chance to jump the shot. So when you're out there hunting with this, really focus on that 50-yard range, and I think you're gonna see a lot of success. I'd like to take a moment to thank Pyramid Air for sponsoring AirgunWeb in these videos. Guys, when you're looking to get your next air gun, looking to get your next batch of airgun supplies, do so at pyramidair.com, www.pyramidair.com, and please be sure to let them know that Rick sent you their way. My name is Rick Utzer here with AirgunWeb and AirgunWeb TV. Thanks for watching.